Simon, thanks for joining me today for an update on TSE's exploration strategy following what has been a very busy period for the company. Firstly, I'd like to start with your WA gold portfolio, if I may. You've got Mount Dimer, Rover and Yarbu, and they're all located in the well-known Yilgarn region. Are you able to give those who are new to the TSE story a rundown of these projects and perhaps summarise the key work programs that you've completed recently?
Yeah, thanks, Alex. Good morning. Great to be here and the opportunity to update the market on the work that we've been doing on our Western Australian and our New South Wales assets over the past 6 months, and what we're looking forward to be undertaking over the next 6 months. We think it's a crucial time for the company. The main focus that we've had over the past 6 months within our West Australian portfolio has actually been our Mount Dimer project. It sits on a mineral lease. We have a large exploration lease that sits adjacent to it. Sits on known mineralisation and previously mined deposit, the results of which culminated in a JORC resource released to the market of 48,000 ounces 2 weeks ago. We're very pleased with the way that that's turned out and now sits as a valuable asset within TSC's suite. At the same time, I think it went under the radar a little bit that we had completed a comprehensive soil sampling program over the exploration lease, and we're moving through that project to look at what might be next up in terms of exploration there. We think we've added significant value to the asset base of the company given what we've done over that period. At the same time, we have about 220 square kilometres on the Marda Greenstone belt that sits at the back of Ramelius's Marda operations, and we've completed 600 plus auger soil sampling campaign over all three leases around about 4 weeks ago. The samples are sitting at labs at the moment, and we look forward to them coming back to us in the next couple of weeks. We're quite excited, as it is with our Rover project. The Yarbu lease is very underexplored. It's quite exciting for an exploration company to work over large tracts of greenstone belt that have not really had anything done to them. So we'll look forward to assessing what our next steps are on Yarbu once those results come back. At the same time, we've sat with the best soil results, mineralised soil results, gold mineralisation on our Rover project to the north of the already drilled Creasy and Harmonic part of Rover, back on the Alara belt. We're quite confident that we can get in and drill those targets within the next 3 months. So that'll be a very exciting program of work for our West Australian assets as we move forward to the second half of this calendar year.
Thanks, Simon. Now, you mentioned your WA projects, in particular Rover and Yarbu, and it seems they're still largely underexplored from a modern exploration perspective. Are you able to elaborate further on the positive early indications that you're seeing at Rover and Yarbu, and where do you see the upside potential in the near to medium term?
So within the Yarbu set of leases that we have quite a long section of Clampton fault running through our projects that have held known mineralisation, including the Clampton mine and some very high-grade hits on the Andromeda project just to the south of our leases at Yarbu. And our geological team have identified not just mineralisation possibilities along the Clampton fault, but to the east of the fault, within folds on those leases, hold, we think, some of the keys to unlocking value along our Yarbu projects. Within Rover, the length of mineralisation that we've uncovered through our soil sampling project over the last 12 months have given us over 10 kilometres of strike to work with. I think there's, within the team, everyone would love to do as much work as required to actually know where all that gold is coming from. So that's quite exciting for us over the next few months to see if we can't uncover that.
Now, in your presentation, Simon, you mentioned your suite of iron oxide, copper, gold and base metal targets in Broken Hill in New South Wales. Now, I understand TSE has held these projects for some time, but they've largely flown under the radar while you focus on your gold targets in WA. Are you able to give listeners a rundown on your New South Wales portfolio, and what's the catalyst behind relaunching your New South Wales exploration strategy?
It looks like a little bit of a relaunch from the market's perspective, but the work that's been done across our two main tenements in New South Wales, one is to the west of the Broken Hill township, the other is to the east, Perseus to the east and Midas to the west. There was a lot of work done by TSC over those two projects in 2018-19 before the company started working with more focus on its West Australian gold projects. Within the TSC geological team, we had always continued with our assessment to look at the best ways to unlock the three large tenements we have around the well-known Broken Hill area. Back in 2019, the work that was done on the Benko area within the Midas tenement that we hold and the other known Area 1 by way of EM work and geochemical soil sampling has produced up to 4 drill-ready targets. We'll probably focus on 2 in the coming months, and they both hold what are known as iron oxide, copper, gold chemical sweeps to attacking those targets with a drill over the next few months. Following that up, while we're working away on drilling those targets, we also have identified half a dozen targets on the Perseus lease to the east of the Broken Hill Township, and we're very busy working away on trying to pick the best out of those targets in an area that's gaining quite a lot of attention at the moment on the back of some significant IOCG discoveries over the border in New South Wales in the last week or two. So it's very exciting for us to be drilling what are relevant IOCG targets at the moment.
Thanks, Simon. It certainly looks like you have an incredible amount of high-quality exploration targets to test over the coming months in both WA and New South Wales. Before you leave, are you able to give us a quick rundown on what the key work programs are likely to be over the next 3 to 6 months?
So the key work programs for us will start with the results from Yarbu of our oil auger sampling programs there. We look forward to announcing the components of our drilling project at Midas over the 2 areas at Benko and Area 1. At the same time, we will be working through our program of work at Rover, which will include up to 3,000 metres of drilling on the most attractive targets that I think have been produced at Rover to date. We won't be sitting on our hands while we wait for results on those. We've got a lot of work to do in terms of exploration follow-up at Mount Dimer. So yeah, it's going to be a very busy 6 months. We are an exploration company, and we look forward to delivering significant results of our exploration work over the second half of this calendar year.
Fantastic, Simon. Really appreciate you joining me today. Certainly a busy period coming up for TSC, and we'll certainly be keeping an eye on how you progress over the coming months. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks very much, Alex. Thanks for your time this morning.